open session, 6:45. My apologies for being late. Roll call board members of the administrative cabinet. Superintendent Soto Delgado.
Good evening, present. Present.
Present.
Present.
Thank you. We're going to go ahead and move on to the Pledge of Allegiance. Verde Academy student to lead the Pledge of Allegiance, and that will be, student will be introduced by Principal Gallegos.
There we go. Good evening, everyone. Miss Avery Flores is truly stellar in every sense of the word. She demonstrates a genuine love of learning, particularly through her passion for reading, and she is currently working towards the impressive goal of reaching the Million Words Club. Her dedication to literacy reflects not only her academic strength, but also her commitment to personal growth. Beyond academics, she is a natural leader both in the classroom and the wider school community. She consistently models the expectations of an exemplary student by showing responsibility, respect, and safety in everything she does. She comes to class prepared, engages thoughtfully in discussions, and encourages those around her to do their best. Her positive attitude, strong work ethic, and willingness to help others make her a role model peers look up to and teachers trust. She leads by example, demonstrating kindness, perseverance, and accountability on a daily basis. Whether working independently or collaborating with others, she sets a high standard and inspires excellence in those around her. Her leadership, dedication, and love of learning make her an outstanding student and a shining example of what it means to be a well-rounded learner at Bernie Tech Academy. I'd like to introduce Miss Avery Flores.
Good evening, Superintendent, board members, cabinet, and community members. My name is Avery Flores, and I am a proud second grader and in the AQM House of Fairness at Bernie Tech Academy. Every Monday, I show up in my orange house color, ready for our weekly Ruffs rally where we celebrate Student of the Week, House of the Week, best class attendance, weekly affirmation, updates on our school-wide AR goal, and our BTA expectations. At Bernie, we practice BTA, which stands for B, be respectful, T, take responsibility, A, always be safe. We have amazing teachers who go above and beyond for their students. They encourage us to always do our best and truly make learning fun and enjoyable. My current teacher, Miss Hardy, celebrates our positive behavior by letting the student of the week be the DJ for the day. We have listened to K-pop Demon Hunters many times now. Bernie has many fun ways for students to get involved. There are many activities and clubs that are offered to students, like gardening, yoga, Lego club, student council, two after-school programs, Reach and Think Together, and my personal favorite, drama club. After last year's successful production of Newsies, I can't wait to see my friends perform A Year with Frog and Toad. You are all invited to join us January 24th at the Children's Theater of Long Beach. Staff at Bernie also rewards students for doing their best. We earn rough tickets by being BTA. We can use them at the rough store to buy really cool prizes. We also have fun events like glow parties, color runs, Frosty Fest, and even bumper cars. Our school also focuses on attendance. Every class gets a worksheet with the word attendance. And when every student is present, we get to color in a letter. And once we color the entire word, we get celebrated with an ice cream party. Bernie strives to help all students become great readers. Reading helps us learn more about the world and use our imagination. And if you were wondering, yes, I love to read because it's fun and helps me grow as a student. My current goal is to make the Million Word Club. And lastly, thank you to Ms. Gallegos for allowing me to represent Bernie Tech Academy. I really love my school. Thank you. May everyone please stand for the flag salute. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Avery, thank you so much. If I can have you come on up, we're going to take a picture and probably be best in front. And I'd like to invite the family also, whoever's came with Avery. Right over here, Avery. Thank you so much, Avery. You did an awesome job. Great job. Great job. Go ahead, you guys are fine. Don't worry about it. No, 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 you guys are fine. No, no, stand up. You guys are fine. You guys are good. You guys are good. Thank you, sir. Give it one more for them, just the family. Yeah. Avery, got one more thing for you. This is our Rancho Unified School District Board of Education in appreciation to Avery Flores in recognition of your participation in our Rancho School Board of Education meeting. The Board of Education and Interim Superintendent commend you for your support and inspiration. Thank you so much for what you do, Avery, and continue. I know you're going to go on to do very great things. So thank you so much for everything. Take a picture. Take a picture. Good job. Thank you. Ms. Gallegos, thank you. Thank you. Before we do continue, I do want to make an announcement. We have Spanish interpretation is available in the back of the room if everybody needs interpretation in Spanish. I also want to take advantage of this time to recognize and congratulate our newly elected mayor of Pico Rivera, Mr. Gustavo Camacho, who's in the crowd today, along with Commissioner Esther Solis, who's also in the crowd today. Okay. Moving on to item 6. Approve the agenda for the regular board meeting of education for December 16th, 2025. Before we do, is there any amendments? Oh, just the one we're going to be moving item 10 right after the organization of the board, right, to item 7. So item 10 is getting moved to right after item 7.
I move the agenda as amended.
Moved by trustee Mejia, second by trustee Saavedra. Go ahead and take it to a vote. Trustee Saavedra? Trustee Mejia?
Yes.
Trustee LaFarga?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Agenda Adoption of agenda passes. Moving on to item 7. And before we do, I'd like to say a couple of words. This is going to be for the organization of the board. Um, I want to take a moment to thank my fellow board members here. This year's been very busy. We've worked through a lot of challenges. We've celebrated a lot of big wins and stayed focused on what matters the most, which is our students and our families. As we have one here with us tonight, or many of us here tonight. Your dedication, your commitment have made real difference, and I'm very grateful to stand here with all three of you. This year has brought some incredible milestones. One of the biggest was the completion of the grand opening of our new sports facilities at the El Rancho High School, which our students are enjoying and hopefully bringing more championships to our schools. This wasn't just a ribbon cutting; it was an investment in students' wellness, school pride, and opportunity. When our students step onto those fields and the courts, they feel it. And I truly feel that with these new fields, these new courts that we have and we're continuing on renovating. The old gym is gonna get renovated next in the next couple of months. As we do, I feel our students will have a bigger sense of pride and want to bring home those wins and those championships and those titles, which in turn translates into the classroom because wins on the field that translates into wins in the classroom. So I'm very excited for that. We also broke ground on renovations in the multi-purpose rooms across several campuses, and these spaces are the heart of our schools, where students gather, learn, perform, and connect. And now they're becoming safer, more functional, and more inspiring for everyone who walks through them. We strengthened our school safety by taking a clear stance on ICE activity that has threatened the well-being of our students and supported our school police departments as they work through to become better prepared and better equipped. These decisions were not easy, but they were necessary because protecting our students has always been our top priority. And the momentum doesn't stop there. We have new cafeterias coming, air conditioning, lighting upgrades, and soon we'll break ground on a brand new science building at Del Rancho High School. This will finally give our students and teachers the modern, high quality learning environment that they deserve, a place where curiosity and innovation can thrive. I also want to take a moment to recognize our superintendent, Ms. Doris Soto Delgado. Stepping into this role is a tremendous responsibility, and Dora has embraced it with confidence, compassion, and a deep understanding of our community. In a short time, she has brought clarity, stability, and renewed sense of purpose to our district. With more than 30 years of service in El Rancho and even more time in our city, she knows our students, knows our families, and she knows how to bring out the best in our teachers, parents, and staff. Dora, thank you for leading with such great strength and heart. It's truly been an honor to serve as your board president this year. Thank you for the trust you've placed in me. I want to take this moment also, my family's here. I want to take this moment to thank my family because it takes a lot of time, being on the board itself. A little bit more as board president, there's a little extra more responsibility. So I want to take the time. My family's here. Can you guys please stand up and be recognized? I don't know why they're not sitting together, but thank you for being here. And I believe my sister's here as well, so I love you. Thank you for the trust that you placed in me. I remain committed to making the decisions that reflect the best interests of our students and staff and our families. So let's keep this momentum running. Let's stay united in purpose, and let's remain El Rancho strong. It's been great serving as board president. So thank you to all the students that are in here today, to all the staff that's in here today, administration, and I look forward to another year in this term and hopefully keep on working for many years to come. So thank you very much.
President Contreras,
Yes, sir.
if I may, with your permission,
Yeah.
we have been asked for someone special to you to make some remarks
Oh.
before. So I'd like to call up Ms. Patty Contreras to.
This is when my allergies start to kick in. So Does she need the stool?
Did you leave that for me? Okay. Good evening, board members, cabinet, staff, and community. First, I would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. May, may you all be blessed in this coming year. As this year comes to a close, I want to take the opportunity to speak about my husband, John Contreras. Sorry, I get a little. I have been living here for the past 23 years, but John's connection to the community goes back even further. He grew up here and attended McGee, Rivera Middle School, STEAM, and El Rancho High School, class of 91. John never moved away from Pico Rivera because he truly loves his community. Few years later, we purchased our home and we began raising our family. Our children all attended Rivera Elementary, Rivera Middle, and El Rancho High School. We are proud and grateful that our children have continued their education within the El Rancho School District. With that being said, John continues to be proud of where he grew up, and he remains a strong supporter of both the city and the school district. I'm not going to lie, when he first told me that he was going to run for school board, my response was no. But that feeling quickly changed. I supported his campaign and helped him reach his goal of becoming a board member. Over the last 3 years, so much has changed. I have seen John grow into an even more caring and dedicated person. He works hard to attend many school events throughout the district and is always open to speaking with staff, students, and members of the community. John, I just want you to know that I'm proud of you. You took a challenge and you have executed it with your heart and integrity. During your time as board president, many positive things have taken place in the district, from opening a new sports complex, to renovating our elementary schools, along with many other accomplishments. One moment I know neither of us will ever forget is seeing you sitting next to our daughter on the stage at graduation. That is truly a memory that is for a lifetime. I know it hasn't been easy for you or us, but you believed in yourself, in the rest of the board, and in people around you. Thank you for always looking out for the best interests of not only our children, but the children who attend this district. Thank you for supporting staff, myself included, and for putting your whole heart into this role, both as a board president and board member. I know that you, along with the dedicated board members, you will continue to move this district in the right direction and keep El Rancho strong. I love you.
Thank you. Thank you again. I really appreciate those kind words. And it truly is, and I've learned this from my mentors in the audience. It truly is a team effort. It's a team effort. It starts with at home and the confidence, right? The confidence given to you that yes, you can and yes, we will. So she said all those the words that she did say, 48 years now in Pico Rivera, almost my entire life. Um, I truly do care. So thank you for those kind words.
Mr. President, with your permission, we have one more request.
Yes.
I'd like to invite Mayor Camacho to the podium.
Better not make me cry.
I'm not going to follow Patty like that. Great words, Patty. Mr. President, fellow board members, staff, and the community, thank you for allowing me to speak, to come here and recognize you all for the great work you've done. On behalf of the city council members, City of Pico Rivera community, I wanted to come here to congratulate you in the efforts of being the person at the helm during this year. You've done a great job in leading the board and leading the school district and raising the bar in the community. Your leadership has improved the achievements on the graduation, on many other things that the school and the students need. Of course, as mentioned, the sports complex is a major highlight for our community. Big branding opportunity that community, other members no longer have to go to another schools, and hopefully we can attract more members into the school district. So again, congratulations to your leadership, to the oncoming president. looking forward to working with everyone here on making our community, the community that it is, a better one. And as we always said, we share the same borders. We represent the same constituency. Working together, we can only make this community better. I always express that, education is the real economic development because what it does for the individual, what it does for the home, for the household, and what it does for a community, you cannot buy that. You cannot invest in that other than to make sure that the right tools and the learning environments are there for the students to grow. As we saw this young lady, I'm very impressed of how she was there, so able to articulate those words. I think she's done a much better job than I could have done. But again, congratulations, President Contreras, on behalf of City Council, the City of Pico Rivera. There's a lot of goodness on this proclamation, but I will only read the last part, and I'll need my glasses for that. But I just want to say, whereas in recognition of John Contreras' accomplishments and service as president of Rancho Unified School District Board of Education, it is fitting and proper to commend him for his unwavering dedication to students, educators, and the continued commitment as president and member of Rancho Unified School District. Uh, Again, congratulations. It's an honor to call you a friend, and let's continue working and making the city of Pico Rivera and this community a better one. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Mayor Camacho, thank you again for those kind words. And yes, I agree with you 100%. One of the reasons I did decide to run for school board was to be able to have that connection and work with being prior commissioner at Parks and Recs under yourself. You inspired me to want to do something better and do something bigger, which I knew I could give more and give back to my community. So I agree with you 100%. As mayor, you're third. I believe this is your third term. You've done a lot of great things as council member and mayor. You've brought a lot to the city, and I'm looking forward to continue that relationship with my fellow trustees here to continue to work. We have that very unique situation where one city, one district, right? And our kids, as I've always said, our kids in the morning are the kids that are playing on those fields at nighttime, right? With the AYSO, with the Dons, with all the city activities, and I believe there's still a lot of great opportunity now with our new fields, the renovation of our sports facility to be able to bring more people into our community in terms of more students, in terms of more functions that will come to our city, and in terms meaning more uh, tax dollars coming into our city to better our community, to have more stuff for our community. So, Mayor Camacho, once again, thank you so much for those kind words. I appreciate it. Okay, so now the great moment we've all been waiting for. Organization of the board. Going on with item 7A, organization of the Board of Education for 2026. Can I get a nominate and elect a Board of Education president? And nominations for Board of Education president for 2026. I would like to nominate Mr. Hector Lafarga.
I accept.
Do we need a second?
Second.
I accept.
Thank you. It's time to well, with that being said, we will make the change. And before that, there's some words you want to say now, or
After
okay, so let's go.
we need a vote.
Oh, I'm sorry. So there was a first and a second. We're gonna go ahead and take it to vote. Trustee Saavedra, Trustee Mejia,
Yes.
and myself, yes. Trustee Lafarga,
Yes.
okay. So vote passes 4-0. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. Very good. Thank you.
We got to play musical chairs now.
All right. We'll figure it out. Thank you, sir. I'll keep this here for now, Hector.
Well, hello. Before I say a few words and we continue with our board business, we do need to complete the reorganization of our board members. So next up is new vice president. I nominate for vice president Miss Christine Saavedra.
I second.
Just saying. With that decline, okay.
I would like to second it.
I'll accept.
All right. Roll call vote. Ms. Saavedra? Mr. Contreras?
Yes.
I yes. Trustee Mejia?
Yes.
Congratulations, Trustee Mejia. Do you want to remain as clerk? Okay. For the nomination for clerk, we'd like to nominate Ms. Christine Saavedra to serve one more year as clerk.
I would
You're
second.
upset? Okay.
I would second that as well.
Thank you. We'll call that to a vote. Trustee Mejia?
Yes.
Trustee Contreras?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Trustee Saavedra? Great. Congratulations on your renewal. Okay. I'm going to say a few words, and then after that, we moved up item 10 to acknowledge our student representatives from the high schools, and then our girls flag football team. We all have to move. Yep, you're good. That's what happens. We have to play musical chairs. Say it again. Okay. Under 7 should be reorg.
7B.
Adopt the calendar.
Yes.
Okay. Apologies, we're going to finish some reorg here. Item 7B, adopt the calendar of regular Board of Education meetings for 2026. Can I have a motion?
Second.
Thank you. Roll call vote. Trustee Saavedra?
Yes.
Trustee Contreras?
Yes.
Trustee Mejia?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Motion passes. Item 7B, approve appoint governing board members for committees for 2026.
7C.
Oh, I'm sorry, 7C. Yep. Governing board members are requested to participate and become voting members on various committees during the year. The responsibilities of board representatives on these committees are as follows. First one, A, voting representative to the LACO Committee on School District Organization. The board member is a voting representative to elect members to the Los Angeles County Committee on School District Organization. The board members to attend one dinner meeting in October 2026 where voting takes place. The current representative is John Contreras. Are there not any other nominations?
I'd like to nominate John Contreras to continue to serve.
Thank you. Any other nominations? Hearing none with the second, then we will go to a roll call vote. Trustee Saavedra,
Yes.
Trustee Mejia,
Yes.
myself, yes. Trustee Contreras,
I accept the nomination and yes.
thank you. Next one is Los Angeles County School Trustee Association, also known as LACSTA. The board member votes on all association matters, communicates between the executive board, the association, and the local board, and serves on the legislative committee. Monthly meetings are held during the year. The current representative is Ms. Christine Saavedra. Are there any nominations for this position?
Question, does there need to be more than one, or are we okay with just having one representative for Blackstone? No, 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 no. What am I ask? Would you know that answer?
There's only one person that votes, but you could always add an alternate. Only one votes.
So, okay. So that'll be the alternate. So currently, Trustee Saavedra is on till 2027, so we're good. So my question was, do we need to?
No. 2026. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Are you requesting a
Yeah, yeah. I'll be more than happy to
Alternate.
an
to be the
alternate?
yeah.
Okay, so there there's a motion to there's a nomination to keep Ms. Christine Saavedra. Her term expires in 2027, and to 20 through the board member. I'm sorry. Okay, 2026, and then we want to add an alternate to the LAXDA association, and need a nomination for that. First one. Okay, so
I'll second.
okay. Roll call vote. Trustee Contreras,
Yes.
Trustee Mejia,
Yes.
myself, yes, and Trustee Saavedra.
Yes.
Thank you. The next one is a motion needed for Trustee Contreras to serve as an alternate.
I motion. Second.
Great. Roll call vote. Trustee Saavedra,
Yes.
Trustee Mejia,
Yes.
myself, yes, and Trustee Contreras.
Yes.
Great. Okay, the next one is Board Retreat Planning Committee. 2 board members will serve on the planning committee for the upcoming 2026 board retreat. These members will work closely with the superintendent to ensure the retreat is well organized and aligns with the board's strategic objectives. Current representatives are Trustee Contreras and Trustee Lafarga. Are there any nominations?
I believe per our governance handbook, we had agreed it'd be president and vice president. Yeah. So friendly amendment for it to be yourself and myself.
I
Perfect.
second.
The motion was for myself and Trustee Mejia, Vice President, to serve on the Strategic Planning Committee. Roll call vote. Trustee Saavedra.
For the board
So
retreat.
second,
She seconded.
Yeah.
Trustee Saavedra.
I second and I say yes to the roll call.
Trustee Contreras.
yes.
Trustee Mejia.
Yes.
And myself, yes. Motion passes. Our next one is 2026 Joint Ad Hoc Meeting Representatives. Appointing designated representatives will ensure effective communication and collaboration with the city on these important topics. The first one being safety. The current representatives are Trustee Contreras and Trustee Lafarga. According to the script, it's Contreras. Are there nominations for the committee?
I'll move the nominations as stated.
Second?
May we have discussion?
Yes, please.
Thank you. So this one is for the joint city. The safety, the other safety one is within the district, which you're both on.
After the vote.
After the vote? Yep. So the motion and has been seconded to keep Trustee Contreras and Trustee Lafarga on the Joint Commission Committee for Safety. Trustee Saavedra,
Yes.
Trustee Contreras,
Yes.
Trustee Mejia,
Yes.
myself, yes. And then we need a motion to make Trustee Saavedra an alternate.
So move.
Second?
Thank you. Roll call vote. Trustee Contreras,
Yes.
Trustee Mejia,
Yes.
myself, yes. And Trustee Saavedra,
Yes.
motion passes. Environmental sustainability. The current representatives are Trustee Saavedra and Trustee Mejia.
Move
Right.
to keep it as is.
Second. Roll call vote. Trustee Contreras,
Yes.
myself, yes. Trustee Saavedra,
Yes.
Trustee Mejia,
Yes.
motion passes. The next one is joint use agreement, MOU. The current representatives are Trustee Mejia and Trustee Perez, who is not here today. Are there any nominations?
I'd like to join that committee as well.
And Trustee Mejia?
Yep.
I'd like to nominate you to remain as well.
Thank you. I accept.
You have a second?
Second?
Okay. Roll call vote. Trustee Saavedra,
Yes.
myself, yes. Trustee Contreras,
Yes.
Trustee Mejia,
Yes.
motion passes. Workforce development. The current representatives are Trustee Saavedra and Trustee Lafarga.
Move to keep it as is.
Second?
I accept. Roll call vote. Trustee Saavedra,
Yes.
Trustee Contreras,
Yes.
Trustee Mejia,
Yes.
and myself, yes. The next one is approve, appoint a governing board member to participate and become a voting member for the Whittier Area School Trustee Association, also known as WASTA. Currently serving as Trustee Perez. Are there any nominations?
I'll move to keep as stated.
Roll call vote. Trustee Saavedra,
Yes.
Trustee Contreras,
Yes.
and Trustee Mejia.
Yes.
Myself, yes. Next one is select Board of Education representatives to Tri-Cities Regional Occupational ROP Board of Management. Our current representative, Esther Mejia, whose terms ends November 2026, and myself, Trustee Lafarga, whose term has ended. I'd like to remain on to serve.
Second.
I guess I nominated myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I nominate myself, and Trustee Contreras has seconded. So roll call vote. Trustee Saavedra,
Yes.
Trustee Mejia,
Yes.
Trustee Contreras,
Yes.
and myself, yes. Next one is approve, appoint alternate Board of Education representatives to Tri-Cities Regional. Is that the one I just read?
No, it's an alternate.
Alternate, okay. Sorry, didn't I just read this? Approve, appoint alternate Board of Education representatives to Tri-Cities Regional Occupational ROP Board of Management. The current representative is Trustee Contreras.
I would like to stay as well.
I second. Roll call vote. Trustee Saavedra,
Yes.
Trustee Mejia,
Yes.
myself, yes. Trustee Contreras?
Yes.
Great. All right, we are done with our reorg. I'd like to say a few words as the incoming board president. But before I do that, just want to put the spotlight back on Trustee Contreras. A lot has been said, Trustee Contreras, about your commitment to the district. and the accomplishments under your leadership. And I think one of the things that has stood out for me personally is that you lead with your heart. Um, and it's not just leading with your heart, but you lead with the intention to do what's right for the kids in our community, um, for our families. And I think when I smiled the most about your leadership was when we did the grand opening of the sports complex. And I think I whispered to you, I don't know if you remembered, I said, man, if anybody in this point in time deserves to be the board president, it's Mr. Contreras. And as a proud alumnus that you are, and the dedication that you give to our district, I said, this is his moment right here. I mean, we accomplished this together as a board, but if you know Mr. Trustee Contreras, he's just not he's committed to the governance, but he's committed to the wellness of our students, and sports is a big part of that for him. And he showed that throughout his tenure as board president. But that moment for me spoke volumes for you, John, in terms of your work and launching the sports complex. So just super proud to be by your side as your colleague, as vice president, to see that accomplishment for you. So thank you for your service in that regard, John. And I'd like to invite my colleagues if they'd like to say a few words as well.
Well, echoing the same sentiments as our new president, John, you lead with heart. You are a servant leader, and he's not a person that just talks. He walks the walk. He has a beautiful family that I admire your family so much. Your kids are just like you. Both you and Patty embody that spirit of Pico Rivera. You really do. And there's so much pride um, that, it's amazing. It's amazing how much you care and you bleed blue. You truly do. So thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your service. And thank you for keeping us united and remaining that focus on students, very student centered. You are so student centered. So I just thank you for everything you do. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Nobody told me we were going to have to speak. So, John, thank you. It's been a great year. Um, I don't think anybody can doubt the blue blood that runs through your veins and that blue pride. So, congratulations on a great year, and thank you for all the good things that you did.
It's both Dodger blue and El Rancho blue as well. So, and Hector, thank you. And I think Chelly's in the crowd, so thank you, Chelly, for bringing Hector to me. I appreciate that. Where's she at? And Esther, thank you for the kind words. You know, you're my inspiration for this. So.
Thank you, Trustee Contreras. So when he said, um, he mentioned my cousin, the story behind me here is 3 years ago at one of the city street fests, John was on the hunt for a board member, and we just said hi through my cousin. We knew each other because our kids play soccer together, but we really didn't know each other. And he said, hey, if you know anybody who wants to run, there's still a slot. And looked at my wife and I said, can I do it? And that was in August, mid-August, and the election was in November, right?
It was
So
1 week prior to filing. Or
yeah,
the
1 week
due
prior to
date.
filing, I had no money in the bank for a campaign. Um, but that really sparked, I think, the beginning of a true partnership up here with our board. So I'm just really excited to become a board president today and to serve alongside my colleague. Um, this is really a true partnership, and it's not a partnership that always agrees, right? But I think the common ground is that um, we do take responsibility for the kids, um, and that we're grounded in our respect for each other, our transparency to our community, and our shared commitment for the students and families in our district. And I think that speaks volumes of of my colleagues, to be able to serve alongside them as kind of side by side as board president. And for you students in the crowd, just a quick civic lesson. Being board president doesn't give me any major powers, superpowers, or anything like that. Um, we all govern together. We all have a vote. It's all equal. What I get to do is represent the board in the community, represent the board at the board meetings, and work in partnership closely with our superintendent, Ms. Soto Delgado, on an ongoing basis. Um, and and I'm really excited to be that voice, to be that face of our Rancho Unified, and just know that I'm going to give it 100% in my role as board president. And I invite you all in our community uh, to hold us accountable, hold me accountable to the role, um, and our work. And if you ever need to get a hold of me, feel free to reach out as well. Um, I want to give a huge thank you to my family, um, starting with my beautiful wife Alicia, who is here today. Where she doesn't like the attention. I know, I do know that. But you know, all of us who serve in elected office do it with the support of our family, and she has been by my side, um, steady support, believes in my life's work, which is um, elevating the opportunities for our young children, not only in our district but in California. Um, and that's super important to me, and I couldn't do it without her. So thank you, babe. I love you. Um, I have 4 kids, all of which are here today, and they're two are alumni. Emiliano's in the back. He graduated in 2019 from El Rancho. Wave your hand. Wave. Joaquin graduated last year, 2024. And my our two lovely young daughters who are still at the high school. Our junior, Vianney. Hi, Vianney. You gotta go like this. They don't see this. Okay, thank you. All right. And last but not least, the one who hates the attention is Alina. Alina, I love you guys. You guys are my motivation for the work I do, why I got into this, and I'm here to continue that work on your behalf and make you proud. Want to thank our my extended friends and family who are here. Um, my cousins are all against the wall over there. Rosana, where Rosana alumni? What year? Huh? 2002, and Claudia, 91. Okay, with John. Yeah. So, thank you for coming. I really appreciate your support being here. Um, our city council, Mayor Camacho, thank you for coming. Really appreciate it. Esther, Commissioner Solis, thank you. Means a lot to have your support. There's a lot of friends who are also teachers in the district. Uh, we call each other cousins, right? Miss, I know as Miss Rodriguez, but where we grew up, and then Jolene in the back. Thank you for coming and with her family as well. Um,
Board President Lafarga,
yes.
I need to say one more word, one more. Mr. Centeno from our sister cities is here as well, Mr. Fernando Centeno. So
Oh,
I just want to recognize.
Mr. Hess, thank you. Yes, yes. And then I have my tribe from my work here. I have a few of my colleagues from After School All Stars. My day job is running after school programs, and I have some of my colleagues here. I think Ben, Monica, and Donnie are here. So I just really appreciate you coming by and supporting me in this in important transition in my leadership on the board. And I know I extended an invitation to Jesse from Think Together. Jesse, thanks for coming. And I'm not sure if Bob from Learning is here, but I don't see him, but anyway, I think bottom line is just having the support of the community means a lot to me, and being able to do the work collaboratively with our community. Uh, as you can see, El Rancho means a lot to us on the board. My kids are in it. It's not just the community, it's a wonderful learning community that I think we are trying to build and elevate every day that we commit to this work. So I'm committed to giving everything I have moving forward. And just please know that every decision that we make collectively up here is with the intent to move our district closer to where every child feels supported, inspired, and seen. Thank you. And I have to do one more thing back on Mr. Contreras. We we started a tradition, and can you give me that box for our outgoing board president to give him a nice gavel encrypted with their name and their board tenure. John Contreras, 2025 board president, on behalf of the El Rancho Unified School Board. So John, this is for you. And these are really for Patty.
Can I have Patty come up here, please? And I'm not going to get on the mic anymore, but it is truly an accomplishment for her because it does take a lot. Like I said, it's not just me; it's a whole family thing. When we decide to be on the board, on the council, as our mayor would attest to it as well. So these are very deserving, and thank you for whoever got the flowers for her. So these are for you.
Great. Thank you for indulging our comments um, as we transition. And now we will move on to item 10. And we're going to do these recognitions, and then we're going to take a recess to enjoy some pastries to, and picture opportunities as well for those in attendance. So um, we will start. Hmm? That's not here.
It's before
It's,
student reports. Item 8.
oh, I'm sorry. Do I have to back up?
Yeah.
Okay, first time on the job. So item 8. Yes, I know. So item 8. Yeah, I thought we moved up 10. Yeah, I thought we moved it up. That's why. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. So we will do our awards and recognitions. The first recognitions that we will do, um, the Board of Education would like to present and acknowledge our student representatives, Dani Espinal, um, for her outstanding service to the El Rancho Unified School District during the 25-26 school year. Donnie, I know you said you were leaving us, but then you came back for a few months. But we really want to take this time to thank you for representing Salazar High School. You're inspirational. You make a great impression, and you have a fantastic future ahead. And I'd like to invite my board colleagues to say a few words as well.
Danny, as I mean, we expressed a couple of words on the last meeting, and so it's a little bit of a surprise that you're here with us. But again, you are an inspiration. Keep moving forward. Keep doing what you're doing, and I know great things are going to come out of you. So thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for representing your school well, and I know we're going to see each other in the future for sure. Thank you, Danny.
Echoing my fellow colleagues' sentiments, you've done an outstanding job representing Salazar very well, and you have a bright future. Thank you.
So, Donnie, on behalf of the board and the district, we'd like to present you with some flowers. That we can come on up and we'll take, come on this way so we can, yeah, we can take a picture with you. And a certificate. Where do you want to? Right in the middle. Okay. Next, it gives us great excitement to recognize players in our inaugural girls flag football team for the 2025 flag football season. Superintendent Soto Delgado, I'll pass it on to you.
Well, this evening we have Dr. Goyanaga that will be calling some of our athletes up to be recognized for this inaugural year that we had with flag football. Who would ever thought, right? But I know that you all killed it. You did magnificent out there. We're all proud of you. I used to hear, I didn't get to go to, I'm in class right now, so I'm in school and do that stuff, but I would hear everything that and everybody how proud they were of all the work that you did. Again, it's something that we know that could have happened, but girls, right? Girls can do just as much as everybody else. And I know that you did a great job representing and playing this sport and showing your true selves and showing who you are. So, Dr. Goyanaga?
First of all, board, thank you for inviting us this night, taking the time to recognize our flag team, as well as the superintendent and the district personnel. Uh, Former board president Contreras, congratulations on a great year. Thank you for all your leadership and your help, especially at the school. We felt it. And President LaFarga, we're looking forward to a great year as well. And like you said, just continuing to elevate our school, our kids. In hearing all the stories, I think back, and I have a lot of former teachers that are sitting in these positions of leadership now. And something that I took with me when I was here as a student in El Rancho and afterwards, and when I came back, my teachers always made me feel like I was good enough, like I belonged, and like that I could go after my dreams. And I think now, as a educator and as a coach, as an AD, being able to see our kids um, just have the best facilities in the world right now, I think it sends the biggest message that they can do anything that they want to do, anything that they set their minds to. From going from 10 years of coaching boys to coaching girls this year was a little bit different, uh, but they were so fearless. And before I get to any of the accolades, I do want to share one thing. There was a point in our year we started off pretty amazing. I think maybe a little bit in front of ourselves. We were undefeated there for some time, and then reality hit, like sports always do. We dealt with injuries, we dealt with other things that we couldn't control, and then we had a losing streak. And so our girls were not only learning a new sport, but they were dealing with adversity. And a lot of our girls are athletes from other sports. I've seen them compete over the years. And one of our nemesis across a lot of sports is Lucerna. And so I know that they carry some of that in their mind when we're playing that school. And at a point in our season when we could have quit, put our heads down, the girls battled them to a triple overtime tie, which was unheard of. I didn't know that we could tie in football. Um, but they just proved to me just how brave they were and unafraid. And it was because of that that we were able to make playoffs. They were able to win a game in the playoffs as well. So I just wanted to take time to recognize them because they made all the difference and they made history being the first flag team in El Rancho in more than 70 years of history at our school. So I would like to give them a round of applause. Girls, you guys are amazing. Being able to be your coach again or be your coach for this year uh, was just a blessing. So keep on working, keep on getting better, and this is just the beginning. I would like to also introduce Coach Ray Torres and Coach John Rees. They were, let's give them a round of applause too. Yeah. Come on up, guys. They were really, I was just the guy on the sidelines that like held the clipboard. They would give me a whistle and stuff, but these guys were the people who were really coaching and making the difference. So I would like them to say a few words for our team, and then we'll call up the team so that we can take a team picture.
Yeah, just echoing what Dr. Guaranaga said. Thank you, everyone, for having us here. Thank you for the girls for buying into the culture and being the foundation of this program. Like he said, we won a playoff game, but it's also the first playoff game in the new facility in any sport. That's history that no one could ever take away from them. Excited to be here, excited for the future, and excited for girls flag football. Thank you.
Yeah, just to go off them, girls, thank you guys for allowing me to be you guys' coach. It was an honor. First year as a flag football coach in the school history. I'm looking at you guys up here. Thank you guys for supporting us. I see you guys on the sidelines coming to support our games. I had a great mentor growing up at a Rancho High School, Mr. Mark Matthews. I had my coach at one time, and my I think it was history teacher, English teacher, one of those two. I'm sorry, it was a long time ago. But he always told me, leave the place better than when you found it. And I hope I'm doing that with this group of girls because they're fierce, they're fighters, and they're showing the world that girls can do anything the boys can do. So, girls, I'm proud of you.
And just to, guys, thank you so much. And just to conclude, I do want to acknowledge some of our athletes who received distinction for their athletic accomplishments on the field this year. Again, this is a reminder we were a first year team. We finished third place in the Del Rio League. And some of our players were recognized for their efforts. So, first team honors, we had the Del Rio League Defensive Player of the Year was Alani Jacobo. Um, First team offense and all CIF. So our first player to be all CIF, Carly Yacco. And then we had a couple girls who are not here. First team offense, Sofia Lopez. First team defense, Valeria Castaneda. And first team defense, Amy Esqueda. I'll just stay here with us. And then on top of that, we had about 75% of our girls are going to get a certificate tomorrow. They were above a 3.0 during their season. So they were not only taking care of business on the field, but also in the classroom. And last but not least, girls, if you guys could all come up, we're going to take a picture. Parents, don't be shy. Come and take their pictures as well. And let's give them one last round of applause. Good job, girls.
Yeah, they can stand. They can stand here.
Go in there, girls. Yeah. I'm not president. Together, or I'm dead. I'm bad.
Is that we included honor all?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. So, journalists, I'll report.
Blue fry?
We would like to say a few words since it was our inaugural girls flag football season. So I'll start with Trustee Contreras.
Wow, congratulations first and foremost. You guys had an outstanding year. I did get a chance to make a lot of the games out there. First of all, we need to get that Lucerna like mentality. Just they're just another school. You guys are a lot better. Academically, athletically, you guys are a lot better. So let's get that. And it's not just for flag football. It's every sport. I do it with my baseball kids. I do it with football. We just got to get that mentality out of our head. Okay, so next season we're gonna beat them twice. You guys play them twice, right? Next season we're gonna beat them twice, and I'll be there cheering you guys on. So let's get that out of the way first and foremost. Adversity was mentioned by Dr. Goyanaga, and that really is a good word to use because you are when you're on the field, you are challenged, and that's when the best of you comes out when you're challenged. And I also mentioned translating from the field onto the classroom. It is statistically and data, whichever way you guys want to look at it. I'm just a hey, it happens. I don't look too much into data or not. I'm proof of it. I was an athlete. I excelled in the classroom. My kids were athletes. They excelled in the classroom. So there's something, right? There's some correlation. It is proven, and you guys showed it. 3.0 average throughout team, majority of the team. Yeah, and that's great. And that's because of you guys, your hard work, not only on the field, at home, and from your coaches. So congratulations to the coaches as well. Absolutely. And I know my daughter's kicking herself for not being born a year earlier because she so wanted to be on that team. It translates also from years and years of being on Powder Puff, right? And having that Powder Puff game. Chelly, I know you were part of that as well back in 91. But El Rancho has a lot of pride. And I've always said girl athletes or lady athletes or lady dons are better than the boy athletes. I will say it and I will say it over and over again. Why? Because they take it serious. You girls are get more. You put everything into it. You pour your heart into it. You're gonna do it, and it's that determination and that grit. I love seeing it on the field. I wish our boys would learn more from you guys. So it's right. Yes. So you guys are doing great. I don't know if you guys heard there is a league. We just passed. There's going to be a flag football league throughout the United States. There was like a $300 million investment to start a new flag football league. So what does that translate to for you guys? You guys are the trendsetters for our city, for our school, but also for the kids to come. So we need to work in collaboration with our city council and make sure that we bring those flag football leagues to our city and also in conjunction with the fields with our schools to make sure that we become number one and we stay number one as far as flag football is concerned. So thank you very much again for a and congratulations for a successful season.
Trustee Mejia.
Thank you. I just want to echo the sentiments and say congratulations. You made her story. Um, just As your coaches stated, that foundation that you created and just watching you guys was very exciting. You guys showed a lot of grit and you embodied that tagline that we have of excellence, pride, and tradition. You guys have it all. Congratulations.
Trustee Saavedra?
I'd like to show my niece pictures of what's going on in the sports and all the activities at El Rancho, and she's in the first grade right now. And when I showed her pictures, she said, strong and brave. And just know that you guys are the inaugural team for flag football. You guys literally made history for El Rancho. And somewhere there's little girls that are looking at you and knowing that you are strong and you are brave. If you ever feel like you're not, just remember that you are. And congratulations on all your accomplishments, on being such great student athletes and just representing your school and your city so well. Thank you.
Absolutely a historic moment for you. You can say we were always, you will always be the first flag football team, girls flag football team in El Rancho history. The parents that watched the games, your parents, including myself, we hung on every pass, every run. I'm sure you heard the odds and yays and all that good stuff, but we were so proud of the performance and the growth that you guys showed on the field. And to get to the playoffs in the inaugural season says a lot about your athletic ability, your dedication to improve and give it all you had. Just super proud, super proud. I know parents can sometimes be a little bit overzealous, probably more than you guys on the field, but it's because we're just so darn proud of how you showed up, how you played and competed. So super proud of you. And on the academic side, what an accomplishment. So keep up the good work, keep getting those great grades, and keep performing on the field. Congratulations. Okay, I have one more thing to do. No, two more. Yeah, picture. I apologize. I didn't recognize my AYSO friends, Ruben, Martin, and Rocio in the back. They have a long history supporting our AYSO programs. Thank you for coming. Appreciate the support. And Dr. Teresa Marino, thank you for coming as well. Glad to see you back and for being here today. Okay, I was just told I need to take a picture, and thank you for the reminder. If I can invite my family to come up so we can take a picture up here. Come on up, and then we'll take a break.
The report of action.
We went from 7.
We need some basketball.
Oh, I think they switched again. Yeah.
Do you need
Girl, I want that one together.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Oh, gonna get one more with the extended family. One more. One more?
Dora, how long's recess? 10 minutes? 10 minutes? 15? Okay, at this time, we will now take a 10 to 15-minute recess. We have some coffee and pastries for you to enjoy, and if you want to take pictures as well. Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the treats. Thank you for those the treats that were provided for everybody. It's really appreciated. We'd like to continue with our meeting. Um, we will now move on to item number 8, reports of actions taken in closed session. Superintendent?
We convened into closed session with closed session discussions commencing at 5:35 p.m. The following persons were present: President Contreras, Vice President Lafarga Jr., Clerk Saavedra, Member Mejia, Ms. Rodriguez Padilla, Mr. Matthews, and Ms. Copado, and myself. As to item A, there was no discussion. As to item B, members of the board were provided with a briefing. No reportable final action was taken. As to item C, members of the board were provided with briefings and updates. Direction was provided to staff and legal counsel with no reportable final actions taken. As to item D, members of the board were provided with an update. No reportable final action was taken. And as to item E, there was no discussion. Closed session discussions concluded at 6:35 p.m. The board will need to adjourn in closed session to discuss the remaining closed session agenda matters.
Thank you, Superintendent. We're moving on to item 9, student reports. Our first report is ASB President, El Rancho High School, Abraham Jimenez.
Good evening, members of the board, cabinet, and ERUSD community. My name is Abraham Jimenez, and I am the ASB president of Rancho High School for the 2025 to 2026 school year. This month, we had our winter sports rally on December 12th. We got to recognize our Rancho captains. We had our Kings fundraiser last same day. ASB strongly encouraged the school to participate. On December 15th, we had our annual ASB Secret Santa. ASB members got to get into the holiday spirit at Olive Garden. Our Spirit Week started on Monday, December 15th, and it will conclude on Friday, December 19th. Today is our today ASB had its annual Christmas tree decoration competition between the four classes. The juniors won. This month we had our annual toy drive. Thank you to all staff and students who participated. Wishing the school board a restful winter break and a joyful holiday, Christmas holiday, and best of wishes for a happy and healthy new year.
Thank you, Abraham. Next, we have ASB spokesperson, Salazar High School, Johnny Espinal.
Good evening, members of the Board of Education, cabinet members, teachers, district staff, and community members. I hope you're all doing well. I'm back again to do my final announcement. It is a pleasure to join you tonight. I would like to take a few moments to share events that are happening at our school. On December 3rd, a group of Salazar students went on a field trip to the La Mirada Theater to attend the play Stand and Deliver. Students had lunch at the park before the event and even had the opportunity to meet the cast. It was a wonderful experience for everyone. Salazar students had the opportunity to go ice skating in downtown Los Angeles on Friday, December 12th, thanks to the prep program. It was several students' first time skating, and they had a fantastic time. This week, we're ending our second quarter. Students and teachers are working hard to complete the work before the holiday break. Congratulations to the seniors who have met the required credits and are returning back to El Rancho High School to complete their graduation requirements. We look forward to welcoming our new students when we return from the winter break to begin our third quarter. For the week of December 15th through 19th, ASB is having a Christmas Spirit Week. Monday, we wore ugly sweaters. Today, we showed our spirit by wearing Christmas hats. Tomorrow is Winter Wonderland Wednesday, where we will wear our Christmas socks. Thursday, we're rocking red or green. And Friday, 'twas the day before Christmas break, and we will wear our pajamas as a fun way to end our week. This Thursday, ASB students will host a fun day with Santa for the preschool students. We will bring gifts and refreshments in addition to spending time with them and having Santa read books. On Thursday, December 18th, our PBIS team will hold an end of the quarter fun fest. Students can redeem Saint Bucks for a variety of sweets and rewards. We'd like to thank our PBIS coach, Ms. Gallegos, as well as all the teachers and staff that helped contribute to the event's success. As this year comes to an end, on behalf of everyone at Salazar High School, we would like to again send a sincere thank you to all the board members and superintendent, district employees, and teachers for helping guide the students and showing us your support. I hope you have a safe Christmas break. Merry Christmas to everyone and a Happy New Year. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, Donnie and Abraham, for sharing the updates on your schools. Um, as always, you're welcome to stay, but if you want to head out as well, as you probably are taking tests this week, you can go home and study as well. But Donnie, just one more time, we appreciate you. We thank you for showing up and representing, and we wish both of you a very restful holiday season and a Merry Christmas. Be well. Thank you. We'll move on to item 11, public comments, items on the agenda. Superintendent?
For public comments, items on the agenda, we have Dr. Teresa Merino for item 7A. Okay, item on the agenda.
All right, Mike. Well, good evening. Again, it feels great to be on this side of the dais. I am Teresa Merino, Dr. Teresa Merino, and I want to say good evening to our superintendent, Ms. Laura Soto Delgado, to our cabinet, to the board, and to the community that is here listening. And Mr. Lafarga, I am looking forward to you as board president, to your fresh perspective, and to the leadership that you bring to the board. I can certainly appreciate the commitment and the responsibility of this position, having been there myself numerous times. During the 2 years that I worked with you on the board, I found you to be intelligent, a very good listener, observant, and with a broad knowledge of organizational processes and structures. Many times you provided insightful and common sense when the board couldn't see beyond the trees. I know you will set clear and achievable goals during your term, and you will work diligently to bring back the collaboration between the board, the administration, and the community to place a greater focus on student achievement and the fiscal solvency of the district. You have the knowledge and the ability to move this district forward while at the same time taking the practical steps to make the necessary decisions that will support both the instruction and the well-being of the district. I know you are one person that will not succumb to the political environment that oftentimes shifts the focus away from the most important responsibility, which are the students. You will be navigating through very, very rough seas this coming year. I am confident that you will do your very best and you will steer the ship to a safe harbor. My very best wishes on your tenure as board president. Feliz Navidad. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments, Dr. Marino. Item 12, public comments, items not on the agenda?
I'm sorry, we
I'm
still have
sorry.
one more
One
person
more? Okay.
for on the agenda, Carolyn Castillo,
Okay.
for
My
items
apologies.
7A and 14A.
Good evening. I'm going to make this very short because it's late and we all like to get home early. Okay, first of all, Mr. LaFargo, I'd like to congratulate you on your appointment as president for this upcoming school year. I have confidence that you will do the best you can to navigate the school district through the financial challenges the district is facing. Inheriting a $7 million deficit is a problem. The financial challenges the district is facing is attributed to the declining enrollment with federal funding cuts. It's very difficult in this time because we really don't know the impacts yet. It is not an easy environment. Recommend is that you listen and act on the school district's recommendation to improve the financial positions. That will be probably the hardest thing. It's the understanding of their approach and implementing whatever they recommend. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments, Ms. Castillo. Are those all of them, Superintendent? Thank you. Moving on to item 12, public comments, items not on the agenda.
We have Miss Carolyn Castillo again.
Thank you. Um, there was a special meeting held December the 9th regarding the bond program. It is my understanding that existing projects estimated at 26.7 million, that design build projects, are proceeding as planned. These projects are for El Rancho High School to upgrade restrooms, music rooms, HVAC upgrades, and other items to fix that were not previously completed. A presentation was also given to consider the reauthorization measure on the 2026 bond ballot where board action is needed by February 2026 so that the measure could be on the November ballot. While it appears to be feasible, it is up for the community to vote. At this time, I caution that taxpayers may not readily endorse this effort. The bond rating, which was not discussed at that meeting, is at risk considering that the district is operating at a deficit. When you have a deficit at a school district, it's very difficult to get an appropriate bond rating so that you get the best rates available. So you need to be aware of that. Also, the school board needs to take action to show that we have district financial stability. The enrollment picture looks bleak, and there's no reason right now to invest on new school projects where schools may be closed. So you need to look in the future to see how those bond funds that you're proposing in the future go. And you have to look at where you're going to place your money. It's important because you only have a one-time chance to do that. I would not recommend moving, putting in a school board measure in today's environment. I would delay it for about a year because our political environment is so turbulent that we don't know what's happening with schools and we don't understand what's happening with some of the new rules that come in under the current Trump administration. So you want to be cautious on how you proceed with the bonds because you want to make sure that the taxpayers aren't inheriting a big debt for the future. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Castillo. Are there any more?
We have one more, Mr. Fernando Islas, and I believe he's virtual.
No,
Oh, he's here. Okay.
Yes.
Good evening, all. Congratulations to the inaugural girls flag football team. As a girl dad, it brings me great joy and it makes me proud. Girl power. Council, I came in today to tell you guys not to invite the city council to our school events. I'm referring to the recent Hall of Fame ceremony council members just attended. You actually even had one. You actually even had one of them here today. But let me point out that they stood around and did nothing as 20,000 children were just mass murdered, blown to bits by Israel and the United States these last 2 years out in Gaza, Palestine. While several cities all over the country did what they could to put an end to it, they don't deserve to be around our kids, let alone uh, any type of children. One of them went out to Rio Hondo College and publicly voiced their support for Israel. And another one grabbed me from behind and threw me on the floor as I disrupted this year's Summer Street Fest, holding them accountable for their lack of action as they represented Pico Rivera. You can see the video on my TikTok at East Los Image. If they're going to be at these events, do not, I will say again, do not post them to this district's social media, or I will come back and call it out again. You are pushing their political propaganda Pico Rivera, let me make something very clear to you. This council will take pictures with your kids at city events like sports opening ceremonies to post to their social media. But if your kids were out in Palestine starving and being bombed, they wouldn't give two squats. I also come in to thank Dr. Kimes, Gladys, and the rest of the staff over at STEAM Academy for making our experience over at that school a better one. It's appreciated. Speaking of Dr. Kimes, Gio was there when she mentioned that the schools are in need of an air conditioning upgrade. I told her I would mention it during public comment. If we can start working toward that upgrade, that'll be greatly appreciated. So these kids don't have to suffer during our 80 plus degree days. Thank you. Also, Dodgers owner Mark Walters invests in ice detention centers, the same ice that is currently ravagely separating and traumatizing families all over the country. I'm only mentioning it because someone here this evening said they bleed Dodger blue. Free all oppressed people all over the world. Cut all ties with Israel. Free Palestine. That is all. Carry on.
Thank you, Mr. Islas. Do we have any more comments? Thank you. Moving on to item 13, Labor Association reports. CSEA first.
Good evening, Board President, Board, the Cabinet, and our committee. My name is Alex Costa. I'm the CSA President of Rancho 107. I want to congratulate President Lafarga for being President of the Board, and thank you for your service, Mr. Contreras, for being President for this past year. I want to congratulate the girls flag football team for their success in this year's season. I also want to say thank you. Oh, I already did that. No, that's what I have here. Number 6 on the board agenda is we sent forward our initial proposal for our negotiations. Hopefully you guys pass it and we hopefully start negotiating as soon as possible, probably with January, February, Mr. Matthews, around there. We're looking at hopefully getting a decent raise. We're going to be looking at our benefits. Hopefully we could raise our cap on our benefits to help our employees who are not full-time, and also our full-time employees, because some of them are paying about, I think it's about $1,000 a month in healthcare, and the part-timers are paying actually a little bit more than that. Friday we had our CSA Christmas party. It was a success. We had over 130 people show up. Mr. Contreras and his wife were there. They enjoyed it. I seen them dancing, and they stood to the end, midnight. And I think that's all I have. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now, ERFT, Lil.
Yes. Good evening, Arancha community. I'm Lilia Carrion, president of Arancha Federation of Teachers. First of all, I want to congratulate on the year of service, Mr. Contreras. I know I called you so many times, so you probably believe that I won't be calling you as much. Mr. Lafarga, well, I'll be calling you, so be ready. But I do appreciate the fact that you do listen to the concerns of ERFT. Um, I do want to say congratulations to the girls football team, flag football team, because growing up in Peak Rivera, Smith Park and all the area parks used to have flag football. And my sister and I used to play. I don't know, some of you may know Tony Sanchez. He's long passed away, but he was a big recreational leader in the 80s, in the late 70s and early 80s. And so we played under his coaching, and we were the Smith Park Cobras. And so when I was telling my sister about flag, CIF, finally, it's almost like 45 years that they're finally allowing the girls to play, that I have to say my sister and I are very jealous. I need to talk to Gary because I really want a t-shirt. I want a jersey. And I like to give one to my sister, so I need to see if we can make an arrangement where I can get one. That would be a nice way to end the year with the jersey. It'll make my mom crazy if I show up at a retirement party with that jersey because she hates my clothes. But anyways, you appropriately have said that sometimes the women's sports, women athletes kind of get an overlook in Pico Rivera. We put a lot of emphasis on the males, but it's about time that our girls are getting the recognition that they deserve. So thank you, John, for saying that. My Now, on behalf of my membership, the last few months have been pretty rough. We've had some things that occur in our campuses, and I want to say that the one thing that bothers me as a leader is to see my members cry in the classroom. It's very heartbreaking to see it, and sometimes you feel very helpless to try to make things better. And I know I've already addressed the cabinet, but I really hope as we go into 2026 that we really need to figure out how to do things differently. Things that we've done in the past are not working because the needs of the kids have changed so drastically. And we're really, and you know, ERT will work with you and be part of the solution, but the atmosphere has to change. And it's a safety issue too. Some of the kids are really, their outbursts are, it's dangerous. Last week, I know Dean was with me, like just seeing just the chaos in the classroom. One teacher that every time I go in, the years I've been going in the classroom, you can feel that she has control of the class, good things are occurring, it's a good vibe. But last week when I went to her class, I felt the chaos. And I've never experienced that in her classroom. And I spoke to her, and I know Dean spoke to her about what can we do. And we really need to address it. We used to have one disruption in a class. Those of us who go way back, you know, we have one kid or two kids maybe, but that's not what's happening now. And I feel, and I know maybe this is not politically correct, but I feel like some of our kids are being held hostage for the misbehavior of kids who have issues that we need to address. And I realize that, but it's becoming too common. And it's not happening here in our district. It's happening around our country. Things have changed drastically. When I talk to other presidents, they're dealing with the same thing. I can only do the best I can in my community. As you all, I say this all the time. I love this community, and I'll do everything in my power to make this better for our kids and for our teachers. But we can't have our employees coming to work, driving to work crying because they're dreading of what they're going to face. And I'm telling you, the last 2 weeks has been one of the toughest I've ever had as a leader of this union, of the frustration. And it's people who do their job and are good and strong and love the kids, but the behaviors. And I know Dean and I, we need to really focus coming in this school year that things have to get better. I can't see my people crying. It's not acceptable. So I know what's come up. The teachers are dealing with the behavior. Our special ed staff, the workload, the responsibilities have increased greatly. I know last year we had the contract for special ed, and we really need to revisit that again. We need some updates. We will be starting to do our negotiations will start in after we come back from break in 2026. But that's one of the issues we really need to focus on is safety for our members. That would be the last few months I have as president is really to try to ensure some safety or contract language for the safety of our employees. That's going to be, and I know, Mark, our contract is open to this year because it ended in June, and this year our contract's open for various things that we need to look at. But some of the things in our contract need to be updated to address the changing population that we're now working with. And I have to say, you do hear me out, and we do work well together. But but I think we need to go a little more. And I know cabinet and the soup, you have your own headaches. Our admin has their own headaches. But we really, excuse me, we need to really come together to make it better for everyone who works here at Arancho. And lastly, Merry Christmas. Have a great winter holiday. I know we all need a break. It's been really hard, emotionally and physically. Some of you know what I'm referencing. I don't want to mention the situation that we're dealing with as a community, but use this time to recharge, to focus on your family, take care of each other, because we've learned in a week, in 2 weeks, things can change in a moment's notice. And I do want to say how grateful I am to call you my friends and my colleagues, and that I know I can have you on my side to make things better here for the students of this district. So have a great holiday and Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Carrion. Moving on to item 14, information items. Presentation of the El Rancho Unified School District's 2025-2026 first interim report to the Board of Education. Yes.
Good evening. Congratulations, President Lafarga. Good evening, Board of Education, colleagues, cabinet members, and members of the public and the community. Uh, I'm here, I'm Gioconda Rodriguez Padilla, Chief Business Officer. I'm here to present our first interim financial report. Along with me are Miss Lily Huttenberg, as well as Mrs. Laura Lucio, Fiscal Director and Assistant Director, respectively. We will be sharing the slides and interactively participating. So I'd like to go ahead and give the podium to Mrs. Lucio.
Hello. First, I will be talking about the annual budget cycle. We usually start in the month of June for school districts when we present the budget for the following year to the board for approval. In July, the state adopts the state budget. In the month of August, the board approves the 40-day adjustments to the budget if necessary, and fiscal services is working on closing the books for prior year. In the month of September, the board approves the unaudited actuals for the prior year. In December, the board approves the first interim report, which is the one we're presenting tonight. In January, the governor proposes the state budget for the following year. In March, the board approves the second interim report. And in the month of May, we work on any necessary adjustments to the budget according to the May revise. For fiscal year 25-26, the district is reporting a deficit in spending at the first interim report. Situation is mainly due to declining enrollment and ongoing expenditure commitments. Despite these challenges, the district continues to monitor its financial position and has taken proactive steps to improve its financial outlook in the years to come. In the following slides, we will be presenting information regarding the stabilization efforts, such as the early retirement incentive and projected positive reserves.
I'm back, and we have our standard slide that we have been showing the community and the board regarding declining enrollment. We are losing approximately $2.3 million per year. That is the projection because of declining enrollment. In spite of the declining enrollment, we've worked very hard along with your support in making progress to maintain a stable fiscal trajectory. Specifically, last December, you approved a fiscal stabilization plan that the Los Angeles County Office of Education had requested, not only from El Rancho, but many school districts in LA County, because we are all experiencing the decline in enrollment. We've worked again very hard, came up with some solutions, including the early retirement incentive, so that we could come out of the deficit spending. As Laura mentioned, we are in the current fiscal year, we show a significant operational deficit of approximately $7.5 million. However, because of the measures that we've been able to present and that you have approved, we will be coming out in the black in the out years. And so this slide is a picture of the current fiscal year and then the following out years where we are no longer deficit spending. So we're going to go into some details related to the numbers and the multi-year projections. This slide is a transition before we go into more detail. And with that, I'll hand it over now to Lily Huntingberg.
Hello, good evening. This slide represents the unrestricted revenue and expenditures, the fund balance change, and the percentage of the reserves. Unrestricted revenue, it refers to funds that can be used for general operations that are not designated for a specific purpose. These funds give school districts more flexibility in how they allocate resources to meet the needs of the students and staff. Some of it includes teachers' salaries and benefits, classified salaries and benefits, which is approximately 76 to 80% of a district's budget. We can use these dollars for utilities, operational costs, facility maintenance, administrative expenses, and general supplies. The unrestricted resources or revenue is made up of local property taxes, which is approximately 19 million for El Rancho. It's made up of EPA, Education Protection Act, which is approximately 1.3 million, and the state aid of about approximately 82.5 million. This one? Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's tiny. Okay. This is a very aggressive approach. Normally, we are required to only show a 3-year. This year, we're showing a 5-year. And we're only 4 months into this fiscal year. So as we move into second interim, we'll be able to look at these numbers a little bit better because it's still moving. It's a lot of it's changing. We're hearing a lot more. And as Laura mentioned, we're going to attend the governor's budget workshop where we'll hear more information. And in that first column, you see the unrestricted revenues, expenditures, transfers in, transfers out, contributions, and then there's that deficit of that 7.5 million. And then we get into our components of our fund balances. And in that center column, you have our restricted resources, which again, we show our revenues, expenditures, the contribution going in, and then again, the beginning fund balance, and then there's our legally restricted fund balance of about 33.5 million. So let me kind of go through some of these items are self-explanatory, such as the federal revenues, other state revenues, other local revenues, and classified salaries, certificated salaries. but there are a few items that are kind of vague with their titles, like the other outgo of 760,000. That's Tri-Cities ROP of approximately well, no, 600,000. And then we have a program at Los Angeles County Office of Education for about 160,000. And then we have the indirect costs. The district is allowed to use about 7.62% of our restricted programs to help offset the costs, operational costs, such as we process the programs, we monitor the programs, and we process payroll for the restricted staff. And then as we move into transfers in, that's to cover the costs, that's revenue coming in to cover the costs of the retiree costs that's legally contractually we're obligated to pay that. And then we have our transfers out, which is 3.375. That is made up of Fund 14, which is our deferred maintenance of approximately 2.4 million. And then Fund 67 is our property liability insurance of about 926,000. And then here we have our contributions out of the unrestricted funds of 21.3 million, which is our state special ed of about 15.1 million, our federal special ed of about 1.2 million, and our required 3% for our restricted routine maintenance of about 4.9 million. So then as we move into the components, we start out with 18.1 million. We have a non-spendable of about 72,000, which is our revolving cash and our inventory. Revolving cash is 25,000. And then the economic uncertainties of 5% at 7 million. And then we have another assignment, which that will probably will use towards the alarm systems. And then the same as for the restricted side, we have our 23.8 million in revenues. And then we have our 44.361 million in our expenditures. And then as you can see, the transfers going out of unrestricted and into restricted. And then the only issue, let's see, that 402,000 direct and indirect costs. We have a program, our DHH program at Downey Unified School District, and that costs the district approximately 402,000. And then we have that last column that shows the combined unrestricted and restricted. And as we move into second interim, we'll kind of massage these numbers one more time and again and again. And right now we're already working on reviewing salaries and benefits. As I mentioned, it's one of the highest costs for the district. And we'll bring to you at second interim some polished numbers as the best of our ability. And we'll then again show you another 5-year outlook for the district. Thank you.
Just checking to see if Mrs. Lucio is paying attention. She was worried that I was giving her more slides. So basically, what we are conveying in this slide is that we are looking at 26, 27 as a recovery year for avoiding the continued deficit spending that we've had for several years. I believe the last time that we were not deficit spending was when we had all of the influx because of the ESSER funds and the other restricted funds as well that helped offset a lot of the salaries and the benefits. We don't have that luxury anymore. So we are doing the best we can with the resources we have and planning those responsibly to maintain our fiscal solvency. So we will continue in that trajectory. We want to maintain our sustained reserves, meeting the board approved board policy of 5%. The structural improvement, I referred to that earlier. And that will just require more reporting and continuing to present information to you as frequently as possible. In analyzing where we are and where we're going, the key here is the largest percentage of our budget is people, and approximately 85%. So we will continue to monitor and make those adjustments that are necessary. Again, referring to the early retirement incentive that the board approved, we are seeing that this positive trajectory is working in terms of the next couple of years. Um, and then again, we have the position control. The board has indicated the importance of maintaining that position control and your interest in knowing how we're doing with our staffing. So we will continue providing that information. The expenditure realignment in terms of the future and maintaining that fiscal responsibility, we have to consider many aspects of the expenses. For example, there are things that we do not know. Case in point, the recent changes related to the Affordable Care Act. We may have to revisit how we provide benefits, as one example. Our OPEB liability. And recently the board approved a contract so that we could implement the PARS solution for Section 125, I believe, or is it 115? 100 something. So we have to look at the future. I would love to stay here 10 years, but I won't be able to. However, we have to think long term, and people sitting at this dais may or may not be here in the future. The same thing with our colleagues here, although the tendency in Pico Rivera is to stay here a very long time. But we have to make these projections, and whatever measures we take, that it will build into the future so that our community is safe, financially speaking. Then we have to also take into consideration that we're looking at the different resources. We are working very efficiently with educational services to identify those needs for the programs that we have in place, and then using those resources efficiently. And then continued the monitoring and providing the information as I mentioned. I'd like to invite Mrs. Lucio back up so she can provide a summary, and then we will be available for your questions.
Based on the multi-year projections, the district's financial outlook shows improvement beginning in fiscal year 26-27. The early retirement incentive is a proactive strategy to address long-term cost containment. This strategy is expected to reduce long-term salary and benefit obligations, create staffing efficiencies over time, and positively impact expenditures in future fiscal years. While the incentive has a short-term fiscal impact, it is projected to strengthen the district's long-term financial stability. There are factors that continue to impact the district's financial condition. The declining enrollment that is happening across California, the enrollment trends to continue to affect the local control funding formula revenues. The district continues to closely monitor enrollment projections and adjust financial planning accordingly. Another factor is the change in demographics. Shifts in community demographics influence enrollment patterns, attendance, and student needs. These changes require ongoing adjustments to programmatic and fiscal planning. In regards to our reserves, we have in place the following ongoing fiscal management strategies to reinforce growth. Regular review of revenues, expenditures, and staffing. We have been collaborating with departments and school sites to align spending priorities.
We are continuously reviewing multi-year projections to anticipate and respond to fiscal changes, and also maintaining reserves in accordance with the board policy of 5%. To ensure our future readiness, we must take the following points into consideration. To continue oversight of categorical program budgets remains critical. To maximize allowable expenditures, identify potential savings. Fiscal services and educational services partner closely to ensure fiscal responsibility with budget and expenditure oversight provided by fiscal services and program allowability overseen by educational services. The effective management of categorical resources helps support program sustainability, reduce pressure on the general fund, and strengthen overall fiscal flexibility. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you very much for the presentation and the details provided. We'll open it up now for board member questions. I'll start with Trustee Saavedra.
Thank you guys for the presentation. As you noted, the uncertainty is real and it's out there. It's uh, very important that we keep ongoing monitoring of this, and I'm pretty sure everybody's on the same page with that. It's almost like a moving target, and we need to make sure that I appreciate what you guys have done with to realign and to make sure that we stay on target. One of the things was the reserve and the growth and the little extra cushion. That's always great, with what is going on. There's a push, there's a strong push right now to move from ADA funding to enrollment. And I hope that that is something that does happen in the future because it would greatly benefit um, a lot of communities, right? The economic uncertainties, was that just a realignment of numbers, or that was like a change in, I think one of the biggest changes that I noted?
That's a standard line item, which is the 5%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions, Trustee Saavedra? Thank you. Trustee Mejia?
Thank you for the presentation. As as it's been stated, there is a lot of economic uncertainty due to the federal and state as well. Um, I know that we're doing the best that we can, and on our part, we're going to continue to advocate. When we do our Ledge Action Week, protecting Prop 98, because there's always maneuver that already happened with the governor. Um, and I also want to say that I appreciate the attention the district has done towards chronic absenteeism, because that as well does affect the budget. It's not that the kids are dollars, but we need to look at that as services that could be lost, right? When kids are not there, we're not getting the full ADA. So I really appreciate attention to that, and I'm looking forward to the recommendations from the budget committee, so we can have some conversations and see what we can do, because we do need to be proactive. And that was it. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Mejia. Trustee Contreras?
Same, Ms. Padilla, Ms. Honeyberg, Ms. Lucio, gracias. Thank you very much for the presentation. Um, the expenses for two lines that stood out for me, and I'm pretty sure you know what I'm going to say: the operating expenses and the book and supplies. It's almost double with the. I don't know, because the other ones are going to be their projected amounts, but what was the reasoning behind the increase in those two for books and supplies and for operating expenses? And how do we plan to control those expenses? 'Cause I know in the upcoming years, those are estimates, right?
Yeah.
It seems to be that there was a good chunk of change. It's almost double the amount of what was projected. Was there an
Okay. So we always look at our consulting services, our lease, I'm sorry, I'm talking about the operating expenses, any kind of utility increases, consulting cost, any kind of legal fees that we may encounter, anything that we know of at that current time, staffing for certain consultants that we need. And as far as books and supplies, that could be the technology, like non-capitalized equipment, books that are like unrestricted lottery purchases. That could be any type of supplies that the district needs for general operating for, daily operations. And then as we look at the out years, it's a little bit harder to gauge because we do start looking at some of cost savings ideas and some of the cost savings that we could then implement and start utilizing some of the restricted dollars as opposed to the unrestricted dollars. Oh, I'm sorry. No.
While at the event in Sacramento, one of the vendors that was there was a vendor that looks at the usage of the actual books in the classrooms and the need. A lot of these times, they believe the vendor or the book supplier is Huntington and been there forever. I forget the name of the book man. Houghton.
Putin, Putin.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
They've been there since my time. Um, they analyze and they go into the classrooms and they see if are the books that we're purchasing actually being used, or is there something that we can purchase um, that may be online, right? So that the costs and those fees do come down. Because I know we need our books in the classrooms, but at the same time, um, are we encouraging our teachers to use what we give them, and is that an expense that maybe we can look at cutting down? I'm just throwing it out there, as far as, and I can get you the information from that vendor. I did get his card.
We've done with the new adoption process is not only having the teachers really be part of the adoption process screening, but then what has happened in other districts in our district is the curriculum is purchased, but there's not enough follow up. So what we do is have an implementation plan where, for example, you'll see it in January. We're going to do the presentation for the new social studies and math curriculum. We're going to ask if we can have the training for the teachers on the March day so that everybody's available. We don't have to do sub costs. Then we'll have a follow-up training over the summer to refresh. Then we'll go into specific areas. I think some of times where it's not used correctly or all of the elements aren't used is because the teachers haven't been made aware of them. So we're trying to really support teachers to understand all aspects of the program so they can better use it.
Two more things. And Lilia, she left, but she did comment as far as our teachers being overworked, overstressed, making sure that they're taking the time that's allotted to them to vacation. I'm sure they do, but also taking their breaks during uh, I think we get more out of our employees and our staff when they come to work and they know that they're well taken care of, and that might entail maybe not, I don't want to say spending, investing more into the staff, but the return on that investment, I think we would see it later on down the line. And lastly, I know you say we're in a deficit and we're going to slowly get out of it. But there's districts out there. I think Oakland Unified just agreed or they passed to cut 100 million from their next fiscal year. And how they're going to do it, I don't know. And I know they're a bigger school district or whatnot. But at the same time, I think we're in a very good place. And again, thank you to all three of you because I know under your guidance, we're going to get through this and we're going to find a way. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And in recognition of what Trustee Mejia explained and looking forward to, and that you echoed that sentiment, looking forward to the Budget Committee's recommendations. At that time, we'll look at these different line items and identify what are areas that we can potentially save money on. So contracted services, for example, we'll be able to compare that and identify what they were used for, and were they necessary? They probably are because we presented them in one way or another. But there's area for improvement. Is it a significant, will it create a significant impact in the out years? Not significant, but yes, important because it goes along with the mentality, the fiscal practice of the future. And like I said earlier, in making sure that when we're not here that the future is secured.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Contreras. Echoing the same sentiments about being vigilant and and looking at all avenues for cost savings. Couple of questions just in terms of declining enrollment. Do we know LA County-wide the average of declining enrollment percentage? Are we in line with that? Um,
So there is, it varies. I can provide the board an update and show you a comparison, the most recent comparisons that exist. Today, I saw an article, so I couldn't include it in this presentation, that shows some state graphs and the statistics, and it actually looks worse than ours. So I'll share that information with you.
yeah, I think that's important also maybe perhaps to share in future presentations in terms of benchmarking against what's really happening just in education, public education itself.
Absolutely.
So that the community is aware that this is not a El Rancho issue. This is a statewide issue that we're faced with in terms of declining enrollment in public education. And it'd be great to see where we fall in that kind of landscape of percentages.
Yes, we will.
Thank you. The other question I had on the out years that bring us back up into the positive, does that take into account the King's Consulting work, the funds that we'll be getting back from the state?
So with regards to facilities, this is looking at the unrestricted um, funds. So it's not, does not include anything related to actual facilities dollars. There is a dashboard that we have with King Consulting, and recently I signed several documents that look newer, and I got excited because I felt like we're about to get more money. So we will see the first chunk of dollars between June of 2027 and December of 2027. Uh, that total approximately $6 million that will be available for funding for facilities. So to answer your question specifically, in this projection, this is only unrestricted in the general fund.
Does does that money count as revenue for us?
It,
Technically?
it, it counts as revenue under
Restricted, okay.
but not in terms of our deficit spending.
Sure.
Because it's a separate
It's
bucket of
separate
money
bucket.
that has specific allowable uses.
Right. But on the bottom line, it'll contribute to
So the
up-
combined,
yeah,
yes, it does
it'll
contribute
to
in
the
the
overall
equation.
financial picture.
Yes.
Okay. And when are we expecting that first?
June and December of 2027.
June
So
okay.
if going off memory, we would first get about 3 million, and then another approximately another 3 million. So it's like 6 million total, but that would be funding that we would get for specific projects that the state would give us in return.
Great. Okay.
And
Thank
then
you.
new projects will generate
Right.
more funding for the future.
Sure. Okay, thank you. Those were my questions. Again, thank you for your due diligence and presenting the state of our financials today.
Thank you.
you. Okay, moving on to item 15, comments and reports by the superintendent and cabinet.
Thank you. So I just want to remind our community we have a very important and a wonderful event that's coming up on Saturday, January 24th. It's our Family Connect. It's on a Saturday at El Rancho High School. So much fun and such a great learning experience for our families. We encourage you to come out, see your school community liaison or your principal at your school site. We'll have raffles, a ton of workshops where everybody can learn something new, but it's also a wonderful opportunity to connect with other families within our community. So we encourage you to come. Please give us a call if you need some more information. And then finally, I just want to say, enjoy the holidays as they come up. I do want to extend my heartfelt holiday wishes to everyone. I want everyone to take the time to relax, to regenerate, to come back. We're looking forward to a wonderful new year filled with, I know, more opportunities to celebrate. Really just, again, love our district and be part of the district and enjoy all the programs and services and everything that we have to offer. Ah, quiero ofrecerles a todos unas vacaciones bien bonitas, que celebran con sus familias, que descansen, que regresen a nuestro distrito el año que viene. Y vamos a seguir disfrutando y aprendiendo y colaborando. Y siempre estamos aquí para ayudarles, pero queremos desearles unas bonitas felicidades de Año Nuevo y de Navidad. And I also want to congratulate Mr. Lafarga on your position as president. And Mr. Contreras, I want to say thank you so much for your guidance, for your support, for just being there for me. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Superintendent. Moving on to item 16, Board of Education announcements and acknowledgements. We'll start with Trustee Contreras.
Thank you. Try to be quick. I attended a tree lighting ceremony for the city where the board was mentioned and invited to assist in the tree lighting, the actual flipping of the switch with Santa. Took some great pictures and able to see a lot of students out there on the at the event. Also attended the CSBA learning event. Lots of seminars, lots of guest speakers. Brought back a lot of good ideas and I've shared some already with you all as board members and also with our superintendent. And I look forward to seeing some of those ideas being implemented within our district. I'd like to again congratulate Mr. Mayor Gustavo Camacho and Mayor Pro Tem Dr. Monica Sanchez on their new positions with the council, and I look forward to working with them and our continued partnerships with the city and the staff. Also helped out in the food distribution organized by the uh, Pico Rivera Christmas Basket Committee. Uh, I believe it was over 500 boxes. I think it was a lot more. Special shout out to the boys soccer team. They helped in loading. Not only they helped in the organization, but also in loading the boxes into these cars, and they were like a machine, well fine tuned, and they were thank you and Merry Christmas and God bless, and that they were doing everything correctly. And you can tell it was a very unified event. And again, talking about our students instilling responsibility, instilling sense of pride. I can feel that. So thank you for the city and those that organized it, and thank you to our staff who helped get those students to that event. I also attended the toy drive at the sheriff's station where hundreds of toys were given out. I'd like to thank all the organizations that participated in that event. Special thanks to Captain Hernandez and Deputy Sepulveda, who took the lead in making this event yet another successful one. So it seems like every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. More vendors want to take part of it. And the line this year was just out the door, never ending. But they were able to get at least one toy to every child that was there. So we had a lot of happy children. And lastly, well, actually not lastly, the Dons of Distinction Winter Fundraiser dance. Great music as always, good company as always. Um, Proceeds that will go to the El Rancho High School band program and headed by band director Mr. John Rush. Special thank you to alumni Frank Cano and all of his alumni band members from as the late 60s, a lot of 70s and 80s band members. Happy to be there. Everybody just having a good time. And again, all for the band. All proceeds going to the band, and I believe the song of the court, the song group that goes along with the band. Um, so a big thank you to Mr. Frank Cano. Merry Christmas, as we said to everybody. Wish everybody happy holidays. Please get the rest that we all need and deserve. Tony, get well soon. And I'd like to close, if possible, in memory of Miss Olivia Sotelo. She was an aide at El Rancho Unified School District for many years, and also a worker at St. Mary Ann's, which is my parish. So we can close in memory of Miss Olivia Sotelo. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Trustee Contreras. Trustee Mejia?
Thank you, Board President. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to report on some events that I attended. I'll start off with the Joe Alvarado Classic. That was a tournament that was a wrestling tournament that was brought back, and I just want to thank Mr. Wynn for bringing that back and honoring Mr. Alvarado. So, fun facts. He was an El Rancho High School wrestler in 1965, 1968. He was Sonoma State University inductee in their Hall of Fame in 2008. He was a 1972 Far West Conference champion and Wrestler of the Year. So, not only all that, but he was a wrestling coach, a Rancho athletic trainer, and a PE teacher and tennis coach. I'm sorry, and tennis coach. So it was wonderful to see him, and just he had all the kids' attention. And he was sharing stories. Wonderful to see a lot of alumni come and just honor him. Well deserved, well deserved. I also attended the Run the Ranch Middle School and Elementary race. I want to thank Mr. Korea for bringing that back to the ranch. I got to see a lot of parents come in and just say, wow to the facilities and parents again echoing what Trustee Contreras mentioned. They can't wait till their kids are at the high school. So that was something very, very positive. I also attended the Rivera Middle School Holiday Spectacular and was able to see the wonderful performance by the beginning band, the guitar ensemble, and the drama class. Oh my gosh, they had an amazing performance. It was a fairy tale performance, and all I could say is that the future looks bright for the drama club, the drama for future their future thespians for sure. That was like a half an hour play that they did, and it not only was it they had lights. Can't wait for our performing arts center because they deserve that. But um, they were just so into it. It was beautiful, and they're funny too. Um, Thank you to President Lafarga for inviting me to the Best of the West girls varsity soccer game. That was it was a fun game. It was nice to see them do their thing on the field. And also did attend the Dance of Distinction fundraiser with Trustee Contreras. And I just want to thank Mr. Rush because they highlighted the accomplishments that the band has done. And it was a packed house. And just hearing how it went from 30 members to over 125 or so, that's great. Um, the delegate conference that was held this past earlier in the month was also something that was very eye-opening. CSBA is trying to do an initiative called CTAG, which is Close the Achievement Gap. This is to hold the state accountable. So the state holds us accountable, the districts. There's a dashboard, CASP testing, but no one's holding them accountable. And this is the call for them to have a comprehensive plan and not just like there's a lot of little initiatives, but there's no real support for the school district. So that's something that I'm hoping that I will bring a resolution request, and hopefully that we're able to have consensus to put that on the agenda. I want to congratulate Ms. Christine Saavedra for presenting for her and her pillar solution. She was up there. She did a great job. And as has been stated, the educational conference was it was great. There's a lot of great workshops. There's a lot of things that we're doing that were presented, but there's always, we could always do more. So I'm hoping that we're able to have a discussion and talk about all the great things that we learned. One of the keynote speakers that they had was Matt Learman, and his keynote speech was on democracy and the importance of us as elected officials to listen to the community when they come to the podium. And I like his little tagline that he has. It's democracy runs on dialogue. And one of the things that he stressed is that there is no freedom of speech without a concurrence of listening. So yes, they're speaking, they're doing their thing, but we need to listen, be active listeners. I really appreciated that. Um, I happened to see the adult transition program teachers with the students on Rosemary Boulevard, and I just my hats off to them because they're very dedicated, and it just got me to thinking of just all of our teachers. They're very very dedicated. Thank you for our teachers, administrators, and staff as we close this 2025 calendar year. There's so many events going on right now. I just want to say thank you and thank you for all these great memories that they're providing for our families because the holiday events, teachers are tired. Yes, they are, but they're still doing above and beyond, right? And getting the parents into the schools. And again, they're memories. They're really positive memories that are not only the students but the families that they'll get to enjoy. With that, I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and hopefully everyone who has some time to just relax. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Mejia. I think before we continue, we have to vote to extend the meeting. It's 9:31. So just to be safe, I don't intend that we stay to 11, but yeah, to 11.
Second.
Thank you.
Do we have a time? I'm gonna say 11:30. Hopefully, we don't stay until
I'll say
then.
11.
11?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
Okay.
we should be fine
So,
because we have one more item.
motion.
Thank you. It was seconded. Roll call.
Yes. Saavedra, yes.
Trustee Contreras,
Yes.
Trustee Mejia,
Yes.
and myself, yes. Moving along, Trustee Savage.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me an hour and a half to speak. That's why we extended it to 11, right? Just kidding. I will be brief. Congratulations, congratulations, and thank you. Um, there's so many events going on right now. I'm so excited uh, for everything that's going on, and I wish everybody hope they get the most out of their break because everyone deserves it. My first year on the school board has been a journey of tremendous learning, so many challenges, and I've been able to understand really what is the heart of the school and what is Blue Pride. And I want to thank everybody up here and everybody that has helped me along the way. Um, this year really has deepened my appreciation for everyone for their dedication, their creativity, their resilience. I mean, you guys define what this district is. I know that the future holds a lot of promise, that while it does hold much uncertainty, it holds a lot of promise. And I am really thankful to hear what my fellow trustees up here have to say about active listening and, and about working through our challenges and moving forward. I just know there's going to be great things to come. I invite everyone, like Miss Soto Delgado said, on the 26th of January, please see your school sites, sign up, come on by, reach out to your friends, reach out to your neighbors, go next door and tell them if they're not attending, remind them to attend. It's a great opportunity. Um, Welcome them to El Rancho, say, welcome to El Rancho where we create opportunities for growth and success and we have great things going on in our district. So it's been a year, right? I'm looking forward to it all. I could just talk really loud.
We need to
Let's test it. Let's test that.
YouTube.
I'm looking forward to the little libraries. I'm very excited about that. And I'm really excited about a lot of initiatives and the reserve uh, being a little bit more cushiony. I'm also excited about that. So thank you all, and hope you all have a nice break.
Thank you, Trustee Saavedra. As for myself, I was also glad to attend the CSBA conference along with my colleagues, our superintendent and Ms. Chavez Diaz. I think it was a great time to just connect on a different level and bond and get brace ourselves for the work ahead. Uh, this year, for me personally, this was a really good conference. Comparing it to last year, which the sessions were not as impactful, but these really stood out to me. I spent a lot of time in the mental health uh, sessions, and one opportunity that was unique and an opportunity I think for us to explore is the braiding of after-school funding with the state's Youth Behavioral Health Initiative to provide continued and robust mental health in our after-school programs. So if we can take advantage of that funding and opportunity, that would be great. It would just continue to support our students who we keep hearing there's still very much a need in across our country. So making that investment in mental health is deeply impactful. I also attended one on money, politics, and policy. And to Trustee Mejia's point about being vigilant about the upcoming election, um, the risks in investment in education, um, informing policy decisions, and we have two big uh, positions next year that are at stake: the governor and the state superintendent of instruction, and they actually had a candidate for him. So we got to hear a lot of the vision and policy platforms for some of the major candidates. And so I just encourage everyone to stay abreast on candidate positions and their vision for the state, specifically with respect to education. And this is really going to come up quick. We got to protect the investment, but we also have to increase the investment in education because they talked about us just receiving just the bare minimum, and which is not enough for us to, like Trustee Contreras said, is to take care of our staff, to provide more resources and opportunities for those in our district. As a part of the CSBA thing, there was a great Laksa mixer to connect with colleagues throughout LA County. And just personally, I ran into a former mentee of mine, Roger Banuelos, who I mentored in a previous nonprofit. And now he's a school board member at Wiseburn Unified School District. And it was just kind of cool to run into him. And he's a grown man. And I told him, I'm like, wow, what are you doing here? And aside from that, he's been on the board for 10 years, I think, and he's currently serving as president, I believe. Just a great young man, and now he has his own construction management firm because he did an internship in construction management. Uh, Thank you, as you mentioned, Trustee Mejia, about attending the Best of the West soccer tournament. It was just great to host the big all-day soccer tournament at our new soccer stadium. It was wonderful. Schools from all over the county and probably beyond, Orange County as well, came and played. Our girls competed. Our varsity won both of their games. Our JV didn't, but they competed. And there's still another round this Saturday, and I don't know if the final will be held here. It might be held at Cal High, but please come out and support if you can. And just a point of personal privilege, I recently became a granduncle. I can't believe I'm saying that. I want to welcome my niece, Ines Gabriela Boison, to the world. She was born a few days ago. Just met her on Sunday. I'm looking forward to attending this week. I know there's a lot of activity. There's an IB awards ceremony, PK graduation, and the band performance. I think they're all on Thursday. Hopefully, trusting me here, we can get out of our ROP commitment by 6 o'clock, or we'll just leave. So we can make the events. Just kidding. Um, and with that, I just want to wish everyone a restful great holiday break. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and enjoy time with your loved ones. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to our consent agenda. Are there items, no, item 17, consent agenda, are there items that need to be pulled? I'm sorry. Yes.
Mr. Contreras, is this not stopping on Ms. Sotelo's Mary Lou Esparza, longtime secretary at Burke, passed away recently too. And so if we can have a double closing.
Mary Lou Esparza?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Matthews. Okay, moving on to item 17, consent agenda. Are there any items to be pulled for discussion? Hearing none, can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved or second?
Moved by trustee Mejia, seconded by trustee Saavedra.
Let's
Roll call vote. Trustee Saavedra. Trustee Contreras.
Yes.
Trustee Mejia.
yes.
And myself, yes. Consent agenda is approved. Moving on to item 18, new business action items. Item A, Superintendent's Office. Adopt resolution number 12, 2025-2026 to authorize district administration to sign transactions related to the operation of the Early Learning California State Preschool CSPP-3193 for 2026-2027. Is there any, can I have a motion?
Motion?
A second?
Second.
Any discussion, Superintendent?
Not have any. Does Ms. Castañon, did you want to say anything about the early learning? Or Natalia's here. Yeah.
Hearing no discussion, we'll move to a vote. Trustee Saavedra? Trustee Contreras?
Yes.
Trustee Mejia?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Motion passes. Item number 2, approve resolution number 14, 2025-2026, board member stipend increase pursuant to AB 1390. Can I have a motion?
So moved?
Second? Can I have a second? Second, okay. Any discussion?
No, this is an assembly bill that is going into effect in January. So surrounding districts are already taking action. We wanted to make sure that we complied with the requirement. So that's why it's before you this evening.
Thank you, Superintendent. We'll go to a vote. Trustee Saavedra? Trustee Contreras?
Yes.
Trustee Mejia?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Motion passes. Item B, Division of Business Services. Item 1, amend adoption resolution number 11, 2025-2026 to clarify adoption of the PARS Public Agencies Post-Employment Benefits Trust. Can I have a motion?
So moved?
Can I have a second? Any discussion?
If I may clarify, we're almost there. So it's just one additional legal detail that the organization PARS requested that we include in the agreement, which is specifically stating that we are adopting PARS, Public Agencies Post-Employment Benefits Trust. So that specific wording, that's the only addition.
Okay. Thank you. Any
Okay.
questions?
I have just one small question.
Mhm.
I know that this is the resolution to set it up. Do we have an amount yet that we're thinking of?
Not yet. We are working on getting that set up. Now that we have completed first interim, then the next task is for the fiscal team and myself to work with PARS in developing the plan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hearing no further questions or comments, take it to a vote. Trustee Saavedra? Yes. Trustee Contreras?
Yes.
Trustee Mejia?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Motion passes. Item 2, adopt resolution number 13, 2025-2026, annual certification of signatures. Can I have a motion?
So moved?
Can I have a second?
Second.
Motion by trustee Contreras, seconded by trustee Saavedra. Any discussion?
I would like to clarify that the only change, this is a standard procedure, and this change is to incorporate Mrs. Soto Delgado's signature as an official signatory.
Perfect. Any other questions or comments? We'll take it to a vote. Trustee Saavedra? Yes. Trustee Contreras?
Yes.
Trustee Mejia?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Motion passes. Next, Division of Human Resources. Item C, consideration of ratification of employment contract for interim superintendent of schools with oral summary of the contracts proposed and recommended major provisions, including salary and compensation. I believe Mr. Matthews will read a portion of the contract. Can I have a motion?
So moved?
Can I have a second?
Second.
Okay.
Thank you, President Lafarga. If I may, pursuant to Government Code Section 54953, we do have to provide an oral summary of the major provisions of the compensation and benefits package for the superintendent. So please bear with me. Ms. Soto Delgado's annual base salary shall be 255,000, which includes the 12% longevity pay for her current 29 years of service. She does have a stipend for a PhD or ADD of 2,500 should she secure them during the term of her contract. This is separate and apart from her base salary. As to vacation, Ms. Soto Delgado will earn 30 days of paid vacation annually and accrue up to a total of 30 days only, exclusive of holidays. As to sick leave, at the rate of 1 full day per month for a total of 12 days per year. Other fringe benefits include um, she will receive the same benefits as the district's certificated management staff, including health insurance for medical, vision, dental, and life insurance. She will be reimbursed for the actual expenses for any uh, performance of services directly related to the scope of her employment. The district will also pay any membership dues to professional and service organizations. Ms. Soto Delgado will be provided with communication and technology equipment at the expense of the district. There is also a provision for an automobile expense stipend for $600 per month. Um, Also, during the term of the contract, there will be a professional development in an amount not to exceed 10,000. And finally, the last major provision is that Ms. Soto Delgado will be eligible for early retirement benefit plan in accordance with applicable board policies and board approved salary schedules for the certificated administrators and personnel management. Other than that, the recommended motion is to approve and ratify the contract with Ms. Soto Delgado.
Thank you, Ms. Copado. Any questions or comments?
I do want to make a comment, and again, I can't say it enough. Thank you, Dora, for taking on this tremendous responsibility. Thank you for already showing within our district and the stability, just this new life, basically, that you've brought forth with you, with your years, with your experience, not only in the district but also, like I said earlier, with our city. Um, and although it seems like the contract is a lot, it's well deserving, and it is a lot of responsibility. But I know that you yourself have um, the will and you'll get it done, and you have all these wonderful people um, beside you, in front of you, behind you, beside you this way as well, that want you to succeed and will see you succeed. And I know that our district is going to benefit tremendously because of it. So again, thank you, Dora.
Well said, Trustee Contreras. We all support those comments. Well, I do, but I'm pretty sure we all do. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Superintendent Soto Delgado, for taking this on, and we're excited to keep moving forward. We'll take it to a vote. Trustee Saavedra, Trustee Contreras,
Absolutely, yes.
Trustee Mejia,
Yes.
and myself, yes. Motion passes. Yay! It's official. It's official.
Yeah, there's no going. That's it.
You can
Going
run, but
back.
you can't hide.
It's done. It's done.
Okay. Item 19, recommendations for future agenda items. We'll start with Trustee Contreras.
I do have one. I want to see if we can also revisit the contract for our disposal services. I know that I had asked for it in the past, um, and I don't think it was brought forward to us. So I want to see. I believe a new contract was already made, but I want to see what the length, the longevity, and the possibility of looking at where we can do better. And the reason why is I had mentioned was because we're not giving our students and our staff the opportunity to recycle in our schools. We're bringing more vehicles into our city and also into our district in a sense that the city has one company and we have another. So I want to see about the possibility of looking at number one, the option to have recycling bins made available as far as trash is concerned, so that our kids get the not only the visual but the sense of, hey, I'm doing something good for our district and our community and our earth, right? Because we all need to have that instilled in us. And then number two, to help rid some of the pollution of additional vehicles coming into our city and in our district as well.
A second.
That's the only one I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Mejia?
Yes, I have two. The first one is for the resolution to support CSBA, their call to action, uh, calling on the state of California to develop a coherent state-focused plan for supporting local schools and closing achievement gaps. So that's a action item to adopt a resolution, and I'll submit a copy of the resolution. May I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Thank you. The second item is action item as well, and this is something that we've been. I think it's been on the back burner for the AJCC and MOU for our students to have paid work experience. I believe that there was a contract or MOU with the adult school, but it needs to be a district-wide MOU. Um, our students would definitely benefit, and it would be also in collaboration with our local businesses. So that's an opportunity is definitely there. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Mejia. Trustee Saavedra?
I'm sorry, before we move forward, do we need clarification on that one, or was there a question?
Did you?
And I'm sorry.
So there's an MOU currently with SASPA, Rio Hondo, AJCC, but I believe that the MOU is with the adult school. So the high school students are able to, there's opportunities there for the students.
Thank you. Trustee Saavedra?
If I could get consensus, if we could explore, Whittier College now brought back their football and their cheer. So if maybe we can host them at our site, if we could reach out to them, and then on that same bandwidth, possibly reach out to Laverne, the other schools that we have partnerships with, and have them come and we can host a practice for them too. So the
Second.
kind of get
Absolutely.
that opportunity for the students.
Mhm. Anything else, trustees?
Just clarification, we're also gonna get what Mr. Trustee Contreras asked. We're also gonna ask our current carrier if they do recycle, right? If they offer that. Okay.
So the in the discussion for that, we were told that they do take the trash and take it back to their facility and separate it. But what that stops, it gives you that mental of, if I see the green, the blue, and the black, of you doing the actual separation, of you contributing to the recycling process, is what I was referring to. And there's other companies that make that available for us um, at a competitive, if not close to what the cost is, what we're paying now. So that's what I'm more concerned with or interested in. But they do, for just so you know, the current company does, but they take it all together and then take it back to their facility and separate versus student or teacher, hey, okay, blue, okay, good. I contributed. I put my plastic in the blue, and it gives you that sense of I'm doing something right for my community and my district.
So I guess my question was, do they offer it? They don't for us right now. So, uh, but that's just part of that. Cut it. Conversation.
I'm sorry. I would have to say point of order because this is now becoming a
Yes,
discussion and this
and
was not on
I
the agenda.
apologize. I apologize.
I will provide an update and explain what we have.
Thank you. For me, I have three things. With the recent incident that we had with the crossing of the student and getting hit by a car, and I know there's some circumstances around that that's not typical, but I do think we should consider a campaign um, to inform our parents constantly about driving and adhering to stop signs, to yield signs, to speed signs. It doesn't happen. And I when I travel to school and drop off my
Absolutely.
kids, and I know it's happening in a lot of our schools. So I suggest some sort of campaign for for education, for follow up, and use this incident as an opportunity to continue to educate. If I can have a second.
Second.
May I
Thank you.
ask, can you also add the daylighting to that request, the new law that is going into effect? It's related to safety and pedestrians.
Yeah, absolutely. Can we add the daylight? Thank you, Trustee Mejia. Let me open up my computer again because it went to sleep. The second one is referring back to hosting the tournament at our soccer stadium. Um, we had a lot of parent volunteers to host in the concession stand and raise funds for the team. And immediately it became apparent that the concession stand itself is not equipped to support the selling of food, keeping it a clean environment. And it's an open space. There's a lot of room. So I would love for us to look into one, buying a bigger, more industrial sink that supports washing and drying and has a platform there, a refrigerator so we can keep things stored, and an ice maker. Um, my understanding is that even our ticket office is not going to be used as much because tickets are kind of a thing of the past. So um, if we can explore what that would look, what that cost would be, and really enhance that concession stand so we can maximize it for our parents who volunteer, and it's going to be quite a bit.
Second.
Thank you,
Second.
sir. And then lastly is just a follow-up on Ms. Carrion's comments about, and I think we had follow-up before about the behaviors and support, but just continued updates, maybe on a monthly basis on how we're supporting our teachers around the challenging behaviors that they're experiencing would be very much welcomed. But,
Second.
thank you. Those are mine. Uh, Thank you very much. We will be heading back into closed session. Uh, but before we do, we'd like to have a moment of silence for Ms. Sotelo and Ms. Esparza. So if we can please bow our heads. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone, while we go back into closed.